Hello, my friends. Welcome to your tarot reading and what you need to know for the full moon in Cancer coming up on January 13th. My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. Again, this is a collective tarot reading, so congratulations. If you made it here, you're part of the collective. I set the intention that this finds who it needs to find to be part of this collective. Yeah, I took a little bit of a break for the holidays, but I'm back and I'm so happy to be back here with y'all. And this is the first full moon of 2025, so we're going to see what's going on with the energy. I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology and what you need to know, and then we're going to tap into the tarot. We're starting with this Ethereal Visions Lunar Edition deck because I feel like it's a very kind of Cancer type of energy. You know, it's very much like the moon. The moon is ruled by Cancer, so this full moon is going to be pretty intense because, again, it is a full moon in Cancer, so it's kind of like double moon action. And we also have a Mars retrograde in Cancer happening right now, so this full moon is going to be a little intense, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, let's talk about it. So also I apologize for like the glare of the ring light in my glasses. It's so hard to film when you have your glasses on and there's like a ring light, so if you see that, I'm so sorry. It's been like, I'm like, how do I fix this? But I can't because I need glasses to see. So anywho, this full moon is on January 13th, and you know, this is going to be a really interesting one if you're actually watching it in the sky as it happens. So this full moon is actually going to move past Mars. You're going to see it in the sky. You're going to see it kind of surpass that like star looking guy that's Mars in the sky. It's called occulting when the moon moves in front of a planet. So it's bypassing this Mars retrograde in Cancer. Now we have been in our Mars retrograde since December, and it was in Leo. So Mars retrograde was in Leo and then retrograded back into Cancer. And this Mars retrograde, if you think about it, Mars is our planet of action, of drive, of desire, of anger, of passion, of all these things, and it's retrograding. So think of, you know, Mercury retrograde. That's kind of the one that we know. You know, it just kind of causes things to go a little haywire in that realm. And you know, it's kind of wavered between Leo and Cancer. So these very kind of intense emotional sort of energies. So we have this Mars retrograde in Cancer. That's probably bringing up a lot of stuff. We also just had Venus move into Pisces. Now I'm a Pisces Venus, and you know, it is, it's a nice, soft, sweet love sort of Venus sign, but it's also very delusional. And I'm speaking from experience. Combined with that Mars retrograde in Cancer, combined with this full moon in Cancer, there's a lot of water energy. We did just have Mercury move into Capricorn to kind of, you know, maybe give us like a little bit of grounding. You know, we're in Capricorn season, so it's kind of a delicate balance. But this full moon in specific, it's also known as the wolf moon. It's also known as the quiet moon. And, you know, it's in winter when things are cold outside and we're kind of going inward. And, you know, this full moon being in Cancer, it is kind of your time to go into that solitude, that solace, very solemn kind of energy, and feel things and process through things. We have to feel to heal is kind of the name of the game. I wrote down emotional purging. So again, just kind of letting yourself feel and release all those things. If you'd like my help with that, I do also have full free yoga classes for every new moon and full moon here on my channel. So I will be posting a yoga class for this full moon in Cancer where we'll kind of like get into our bodies and like release a lot of stuff, you know, in the body. Cancer rules our nurturing organs. So our chests, our breasts, our ovum, our reproductive organs. And, you know, that's also very heavy in the heart and the hips, which is how we release things like through the body. Of course, my dog Jack has decided to make an appearance. He has his little ghost face sweater on because it's cold out. Here, come here. You want to come help? Okay, thank you so much. But I'm trying to see what are other notes on the full moon in Cancer. I wrote reflecting on hardships. It's a time to also, as we reflect through maybe hard things that we've been through and we process through those things, to also practice gratitude, to also practice compassion for ourselves and for others. I wrote feeling in big letters again, like we're gonna feel things. And also something I would like to note is that right before this full moon, so I'm filming this on the 10th tomorrow on January 11th, we have the nodes are shifting from Aries and Libra to Virgo and Pisces. So congratulations, Virgo and Pisces placements. You're probably going to feel a little bit of a shift. Everyone's going to feel it, but those placements especially, and I'm a Pisces sun and Venus, so you know. But yeah, this is going to be, you know, if we think that full moons as a whole are usually about releasing, letting go, also illumination, then this full moon in Cancer is going to be about releasing and letting go a lot of the heavy things that we've been through. You might find that things come up that you have really pushed down and kind of bottled up. But again, with that Mars retrograde in Cancer, it's kind of all going to come out. And my recommendation to you is to let it come out. Let yourself feel, give yourself the grace and compassion. Also, come from a place of non-judgment, non-attachment. Like, we can't judge ourselves for feeling things. We are human. We have feelings. We have a shadow self. So like, let yourself feel it, and you'll probably end up feeling better afterwards, after you kind of, let it go. So that being said, let's check in with the energy here in the cards. Let's see what comes up. I'm going to do my best to shuffle. I literally have Jack like sitting across my lap. I swear, he like he was just sitting in my bedroom, just like minding his business. But the second that the camera turns on, he's like, oh my God. It's just typical Aries behavior, you know what I mean? And I say that in a most loving way because I'm an Aries Mercury and I love Aries, but he has to be like involved in everything. My little fire sign pet. All right. Sometimes chaos mode works where the cards just fly out, but I don't think it's gonna happen this time. Is that the Hermit at the bottom of the deck? Yes, it is. So we are actually in our Hermit year. This is the card of Virgo. This is card 9, and this is a 9 year. So this is our card of the year, the Hermit energy. And like I said, what did I just say? That this moon is about solitude. It is the quiet moon. It is the wolf moon. In some depictions of the Hermit, there is actually a wolf on the card. It's time to go inward. It's time to reflect. It's time to take that time to do some soul searching, to just feel what's going on the inside. Do a little check-in, do a little inventory. The Hermit takes this lantern and he kind of shines it on the inside, like inward, and sees what's going on. Sometimes we have to do that. Do a little emotional inventory. Actually really check in with how you're feeling. And I know a lot of the times, and I'm speaking from experience here, we don't want to do that. We push things down. We don't want to feel, we're like, for me personally, I'm like, oh, I'm too busy. I can't. I'll deal with it later, right? I'll feel it later. It's like, no. No more later. You're going to feel it now. Judgment. This is so nice. We're just starting off with a bang here. 2 major arcana cards. Judgment. The time has come. Judgment day has come. But I think in this full moon, in this sense, it's more of, again, it's like, time is up. Like, time is up on how much you've been pushing those feelings down. Like, it is here. It is time to feel. Judgment is a card that I feel like some people are afraid of that energy because it is a level up. It is a kind of, again, Judgment Day is here. Like, the time has come, and if you're not ready, it's a little scary. But I promise you, we can get through it. Knight of Wands. I think, again, it is going to feel a little intense. This is fire energy. This is the fire pony, the fire knight. He's kind of charging in on fire. It's going to feel a little intense. It might feel a little chaotic. This definitely, for sure, the Mars retrograde is feeling a little chaotic. Retrogrades just in general are chaotic. Mars, again, planet of fire, of anger, of passion, of desire, retrograding in Cancer. Yes, it is going to feel quite intense. The Wheel of Fortune, but it's for good reason. We have to go through this to level up, to start that new cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is the kind of halfway point in the tarot. It's card 10. It's that shifting of the cycle, the shifting of the wheel, where we start to finally feel that new cycle begin. I feel that the Wheel of Fortune is like a check-in point. It's like a save point, like in a video game, when you're like kind of reach that point and where you're gonna just kind of pause for a moment because that next level is about to start. That's kind of the Wheel of Fortune energy. And it can also be a change in fortune, a change in, we are having those nodes shift. I think that we are gonna feel a really big change, really big shift this week. And the King of Wands, look at that, lots of fire in this reading. And the King of Wands is the King of Fire. And you can see there's that salamander on the bottom there. It's like reflective. The salamanders are on the Suit of Wands cards. The court cards have salamanders on them because salamanders in the days of the tarot represent being protected from the flames. Again, wands are fire. It's that protective energy of like being protective from that kind of intensity of the fire. And the King of Wands is very passionate. He goes for it. It's a very confident, brave, he's the King of Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's that kind of like I'm hearing, what have you got to lose? Like, you might as well go for it. You know what I mean? The Two of Wands, because the world is in your hands. So much fire in this reading. The Two of Wands is a card of, you can see he's kind of looking over the balcony. He's like, what's going on here? It always reminds me of an Firefly. I think it's in Firefly or Serenity. Yeah, I think it's the first episode of Firefly. If you've seen that show, where Wash is like, we shall rule over all this land and call it this land. That's always what I think of when I see this card. But because he's, you know, looking over the land and he's like, where are we gonna go from here? Traditionally in the Two of Wands, he's holding the world in the palm of his hands. And, you know, it's like, you have the world in the palm of your hands. You could literally do whatever you want. We got Venus in Pisces. Be a little delusional. Take it from a Pisces Venus who is like the most delusional. And I do things like, you know, I've been running my small business full time for 6 years now. It was 6 years in December for me that I quit my full-time job to pursue this full-time. And I just launched my 2026 Witchcraft Wellness Retreats. If you don't know, I host Witchcraft Wellness Retreats here in Salem, Massachusetts. And I'm already almost sold out of 2026. I sold out of 2025 a year ago. I'm already almost sold out of 2026. Like, crazy pants. You have the world in the palm of your hands. You just got to go for it. You just got to take a risk sometimes because you're protected from it. And again, we have to, how can we move forward if we haven't felt the things that we need to process through yet and kind of let those things go to make space for the new? Six of Pentacles. We have to give and we also have to receive. We have to balance that out. And I think that, you know, processing through our pent-up emotions can help us balance out, really, because the Six of Pentacles, you can see it's a, you know, kind of like a wealthy or noble person is giving out coins to the peasants, and it is a very generous energy. Even though it is an earth energy, the scales are on that card, so it is a card of Libra energy, very heart chakra energy of giving and receiving. When was the last time you allowed yourself to receive? Guess what? It is very hard to receive when you are blocked by all those feelings and emotions and traumas and griefs that you have just like piling up inside of you. You're gonna be very blocked from receiving, and it's hard to process through. Believe me, I know, but we can do it because we want to have giving and receiving. Like, we want to, a lot of us give so much that we forget to receive, you know what I mean? So let yourself be in your receiving era, your taking risks era, and start that by processing through things so we can have that new cycle start. Now we're going to clarify here with the Horror Tarot, one of my favorite decks, obviously, because I am a spooky bitch. So let's see here. What else do we need to know? For this full moon in Cancer. Yeah. Okay, bunch of cards just flying out. All right, Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles again, King of Wands again, Three of Wands. Very repeating energies here. The tarot really just said, I said what I said. So we have the Six of Swords. It's really cool. It's like the river Styx. I forgot what that god's name is, the deity that rules River Styx. I think it's Charon. I could be wrong. Something like that. But Six of Swords, moving on, releasing. The Six of Swords is about figuring out what you're going to take in that boat with you and when you're moving on to calmer shores. Pro tip, leave the heavy stuff behind. Feel through it, leave it, do not bring it in the boat with you. Do not pass go. Like, again, Six of Pentacles. And I love this representation of the Six of Pentacles because it is Baphomet, as above, so below, you know. I have him literally on the wall right there. But again, it's that equal giving and receiving. Things have to balance out. Again, as above, so below. Like, we have to have that balance. You know, it is... You'll feel very unbalanced and very out of sorts when you've just been giving and not receiving. Like, that gets very skewed very quickly. And again, how can you allow those coins, those pentacles to come in? How can you allow to receive, to have that generosity come back towards you if you're just constantly giving it out? It's kind of like almost, I don't know why this like metaphor is coming into my head. Like if a faucet was on, right? Like a sink, and it's just kind of going, like that's you, like just giving and just running constantly. Like there's no way that it's gonna come back if it's on. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's just, if you're constantly like pushing out, and it's lovely energy, right? I know a lot of us move from a place of love and we're just constantly giving love, giving. But how can it come back to you if you don't turn it off for a second and allow yourself to receive, like, and kind of clear up any clogs or backups so you can receive? I know that metaphor made no sense, but you know what? Everything's made up and the points don't matter. Anyways, and then we have the King of Wands and the Three of Wands, and we had the King of Wands and the Two of Wands come out just earlier. And I love, by the way, the King of Wands in this, Phantom of the Opera. We love to see it. I have the Phantom of the Opera tattooed in my armpit, you know. But I love this card. I love this deck. King of Wands, again, King of Fire, but this time is with the Three of Wands. We're hesitating. The Three of Wands signifies a delay. We want, right? We know, maybe we know that we're in the Two of Wands. We know that we're capable of anything. We know that we have an entire world of possibility in front of us, but there's something that's holding us back. What's holding us back? Again, the Three of Wands is kind of a delay from us moving forward. What's holding us back? I don't know why I've been so compelled to sing in my readings lately. It keeps happening in the lives. I do live yoga and live tarot here if you're interested. Live new moon and full moon workshops here in my YouTube membership, and I keep singing. Don't know what's up with that. Judgment again. Like, again. All of these cards are like the same cards that just came up the first time. And the Ten of Pentacles. Look, like, what are you waiting for? Why are you holding yourself back from up-leveling? Because we want the Ten of Pentacles. I know in this deck it's a bunch of coffins, but the Ten of Pentacles is the everything card. Abundance, wealth for you, your family, your friends, you know, happiness, money, all the physical things that you would want. Ten of Pentacles is like where we're all trying to get in this capitalist society. What you're holding yourself back though. Judgment again. In this card, it is zombies, it is the dead rising, because again, it is Judgment Day. But you're holding yourself back from it. You're holding yourself back from that up leveling, from that graduation day, because you're scared. I know. Believe me. I know it's scary. It's scary to up level because you have to face all of your things that you've been holding inside and all those things that you don't want to face. That's the only way you get to that up leveling. But I'm here to tell you that you can do it. The Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, which is such a lovely card. It reminds me of Dracula and his wife from Castlevania, if you've watched that series. But you know, Two of Cups is the baby card to the lovers. Very similar energy. I do really feel this with the Pisces, Venus, all the Cancer energy. You know, it's a lovey-dovey energy. It's fun, flirty communication and maybe going on dates. And even if not dates, just like friendship and like, you know, I think that's like the good, the happy energy of all this Cancer and like Venus and Pisces energy is that fun, flirtatious, making new connections sort of energy, sort of vibe, you know? All right, last but not least, we're going to clarify with the Moonology Oracle deck because, you know, Cancer, the moon, we got to do it. This has been my favorite Oracle deck to use lately because for some reason it's like so accurate. If you've been watching my readings here, every time I use it, it literally will, the card of whatever moon that I'm talking about will come out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the full moon in Cancer card. It's happened like 3 times already and I'm like, we get it. And already this reading is like, I said what I said. So I'm like, girl, okay. I think the universe is a little fed up with us not listening. All right. Any final messages for us? New moon eclipse. Expect powerful change for sure. I mean, we have Judgment twice and the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely some powerful change coming our way if we can let go of what we need to let go of. We have the Six of Swords. We have so many cards here of change, but change is scary. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. We just had a new moon in Sagittarius in December, you know, for sure. We have, again, the Wheel of Fortune is here. I'm hearing right now Gwen Stefani's What You Waiting For song. What are you waiting for? What are we waiting for? That's like playing in my head right now. A time for healing, balsamic moon, absolutely. That, what did I say? You have to feel to heal. This full moon in Cancer is a very healing, nurturing, energy, taking care of yourself, taking care of your inner child, taking care of perhaps other people that are close to you, compassion, healing. Healing is the name of the game. Confidence is the key to your success. New moon in Leo. I really feel that with all the wands that we had here. The King of Wands twice. He's a very confident king. That's that fire energy. You know, it's that confidence to move forward. I'm hearing like fake it till you make it. Like if Judgment Day is coming, right, and we know we need to level up, but maybe you still don't feel that confident yet, just do it. Just do it. Watch that Shia LaBeouf video where he's like, just do it. It's like my favorite video ever. Just do it. Because why not? Because why not? Emotions are running high. Supermoon, yes, we know. We know it's a full moon in Cancer. Emotions are running high, exclamation point. Like, yes, that's kind of a very obvious statement. We'll do one more. Is it going to give us a full moon in Cancer card? No? Full moon in Sagittarius. Lots of Sagittarius energy. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. I'm very surprised that the full moon in Cancer card did not come out. I'm like checking to see if it's bottom. No. Full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. I think sometimes one of the reasons why we are afraid of moving forward or like starting that new cycle is because we're like hyper focused on like really small things. You know, what if this happens? What if this goes wrong? What if this, that, blah. But if we can zoom out and look at the bigger picture, it's almost less scary sometimes. Sometimes the bigger picture can be terrifying, but I think if we zoom out, if we stop hyper fixating, if we start, you know, kind of like, and I think also letting yourself feel the emotions kind of helps you zoom out, kind of helps you look at the bigger picture. If we're upset over, you know, maybe something small, or even if it's something big, like a trauma that you have gone through, like, you know, we're so fixated on it. It's kind of giving almost the Four of Cups energy where we're like fixated on these cups that didn't work out for us, so fixated on it that we can't see when the universe is offering us a cup like right behind our head because we're just too focused on something else. Let yourself feel, let go of those things so we can look at the bigger picture, because you know, this was a pretty good read. I mean, it was a little intense, a lot of repeating cards, lots of repeating messages, but at the end of the day, Judgment is ascension. It's aligning with your higher purpose. It's graduating. It's up leveling. It's mastery. It's going to the next level. And the Wheel of Fortune, like a new cycle, is waiting for us. We just have to have the confidence and the bravery and the you know, capacity and the will to go for it. So I believe in you, my friends. I believe that you can go for it. Again, if you'd like to tap into this energy of the full moon in Cancer in the physical sense, I will have a yoga class for it as well. If you enjoy what I do here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do have a membership here on YouTube where we do live yoga, live tarot, live new moon and full moon workshops. If you hit that join button. Again, I host witchcraft wellness retreats here in Salem, and I'm also doing a special one in New Orleans next year. It's going to be a special vampire themed retreat, which I'm very excited for, but they're almost sold out. So if you have been wanting to go to one of my retreats, I would get your spot now, because after 2026, I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break, and they are almost completely sold out already, which is like entirely astounding to me. I'm just still like, what? It's crazy, but I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm happy to be back. Bear with me. I am still trying to figure out this filming situation. My new place here in Salem is so tiny, but you know what? I'm working on hopefully getting a new space, a space to film, a space to actually teach yoga classes. We're manifesting those things, but I hope you guys have a wonderful first full moon of 2025. Maybe I'll catch you in yoga or otherwise, but I will see you next time, my friends. Happy full moon.